In this video, I'm going to share a story about having multiple dreams about someone before meeting them, and a surprise event we experienced. The dreams spanned from 1994, 1997, and 2000. They included his physical appearance, though somewhat generalized, with hair color and line of work. When your dreaming self is trying to message you with a warning about someone who is bad news, but you just don't get the message. Some names have been changed to protect their privacy. This dream was on May 2nd of 2000. It was about a year before I met the man involved, and 2 years before it showed up in waking reality. The order of information as recorded is a little out of sorts, but the basic elements of the dream tell that I was at an amusement park with a man and 2 children. I had just been at another location before the amusement park that was not home. It was somewhere away, but it wasn't clear where. There was a bag of gifts. It was someone's birthday. The kids and I were going on rides, and then I couldn't find the man who was with us. It was dark and time to leave, and he was nowhere to be found. I had looked at different stations and not found him. I had bought some items that were new. Somehow, I knew we would all meet up again later. In 2001, I met and started a complicated relationship with a younger, less mature guy while I was separated from my husband. In 2002, we took a road trip with my kids to Zion National Park and the Grand Canyon. On the way home, it was my daughter's birthday, and as a surprise, I thought it would be fun to stop at Disneyland for the day before heading home. Unbeknownst to me, my new friend hated theme parks, and I mean hated. But I hoped that since it was my daughter's birthday, he could tolerate one day out of his life. I was wrong. The minute we entered the park, he did nothing but complain about all the overly cheerful staff walking around and greeting everyone, and how he felt they were invading our space, and he huffed and puffed, really putting a damper on the mood I wanted for my daughter's birthday. It was thoughtless and selfish, and I was really disappointed with him. The kids and I decided to go on the Matterhorn for our first ride, and he let me know he did not do roller coasters, even though this one was not even a roller coaster. He was going to wait on a bench for us. Being the summertime in late August, there was a line before we got on the ride. It might have been close to an hour before we got back to the bench to find he was not there. Perhaps he went to the bathroom or to get a drink. So we waited for about 15 to 20 minutes. No sign of him. We did not have cell phones with us, and he was a grown adult, so I figured he would come back to this spot. Not wanting to ruin my daughter's birthday, I decided to take them to the next ride, Pirates of the Caribbean. After each ride throughout the day, we would return to the same bench with no sign of him. I probably could have checked at Lost and Found, but I was so annoyed that he had such a bad attitude to begin with that I was not going to try to find him where lost children go. He was 30 years old. The truth was, we were better off without him. It had gotten chilly that night, and I bought us some sweatshirts. We completed our day with fireworks and then waited out by the car at closing time. No note on the car, which he also could have done. Just before closing, I went to the Lost and Found, and it took them a while, but they finally found a note from Gary. Around dinner time, he was tired of waiting for us and had gone to a hotel and would find his own way home. I discovered later that I had multiple dreams about this guy before I ever met him. Unfortunately, the dreams did not give me enough details to be able to recognize this was the guy to avoid in waking life. The dream in April of 1997, something about meeting a younger man with dark brown hair. He worked in marketing, was single with no kids, never been married. He wanted to move in, but my husband was still around, and I wasn't sure I was ready to let him go. In this dream, I said I wondered what it was I liked about him. I didn't know. If only my dreams had given me a flashing red light and more specific information on how to avoid him, as the whole thing was nothing but a huge regret. The dream in January of 1994, there were a few blended details. I dreamed I was at Disneyland with my family, and there was some kind of walking stick and a young girl hanging onto my back. She looked like my daughter, but older. there was a guy with dark hair. In 2002, on the road trip to Zion Park First, Gary bought a walking stick there. When we were crossing the river in the Slot Canyon, he put my 12-year-old daughter on his back to carry her across the river. And then we stopped at Disneyland on the way home on her birthday. But back in 1994, she was only 4 years old. It had been hard to tell if it was actually my daughter, even though I felt it was her. She was only 4 at the time of the dream, and when it all came to pass, she was 12 and had changed in appearance considerably. I think there may have been even more warning dreams about this person, but with the dreams coming so far in the future, it was impossible without more exact details to use them and avoid this troublesome person altogether. These type of dreams have been preemptively reflecting back to me events from my future. I think the main point is that it is possible at all. Keeping a dream journal is a direct link to the magic of our dreams, and the experiences you may encounter can be awe-inspiring and even life-changing. If you would like to power up your dream recall, check out my video, 10 Ways to Improve Dream Recall. It's never too late to start keeping a dream journal. Why not start today? There are going to be many more stories like this one on my channel, so if you want to see more videos like this, please help support my channel by liking and subscribing. Hit that subscribe button now, leave a comment below, perhaps share a dream of your own with us. I'll be checking out the comments. If you want to learn even more, there's a link to my book in the description below for Sleeping with Spirit, A Journey with Psychic Dreams. I hope you found this interesting. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Sweet dreams.